What's it been like trying to stay patient here before they cleared you?
It's been all right. I mean, obviously, I just want to go help. I want to contribute. But first things first, you got to make sure you're doing everything the right way. Don't want to make something big from something little. So just make sure everything's okay, and we definitely feel like it is now. So.
What happened, and how concerned were you because of what you experienced last year?
Just a little tweak of the ankle, but you just want to make sure it's not tied to anything else. You want to make sure everything's done the right way, because the Achilles injury definitely come back real fast, and then playing a lot, you just want to make sure everything's good. You want to make sure you don't want to mess up anywhere, and that's what we're doing. So.
Was it your other ankle, Jermaine, or is it the ankle you Achilles?
I'm not gonna get too much into that.
What have these last few weeks been like? Watching the team kind of lose the way they have, and you not being able to be out there. And I'm sure that was probably getting a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, excuse my French, it's been a little shitty, but just it's a process like most things in life. So just take it how it is and make sure I'm ready.
What the conversations been like in the defensive rooms this week?
Just taking full accountability, 100%. I mean, we had a players-only meeting, and just everybody was on the same page. Like, we have to be better. We can't be the reason we lose. That can't happen. And we have too much talent, and you just gotta. Coach AG has had our back in terms of how he's run this thing, instilling certain culture in here, and we got to have his back by putting a good product out there. That's our job. So. We definitely take full accountability, and we're just talking about what we need to do different heading in this week and utilizing this full week out here, so to say, like another week of camp within the season. We get blessed to have that. So just utilizing this time and definitely putting a good product on the field on Sunday.
You felt like the guys responding to that honest conversation?
Oh, it's super good. I mean, there's nothing but high character, high quality guys in here. And are all very receptive, all very truthful, honest, and definitely being thumb pointers before finger pointers. So we're all looking how we can get better inward, and definitely stepped with the right foot forward this week.
Did it happen here, or did it happen back home?
Oh, I was back home.
There's a lot of fans who haven't got a team, and it's the first time they've seen any form of NFL action. So why should they support the Jets?
I mean, like I said, we haven't put a good product out there, at least defensively. So we definitely look to flip that coin and give them something to cheer for on Sunday.
The D-line specifically, last week there was one sack, it's Miami no sacks. How much are you guys talking about how to affect the quarterback? Because things like takeaways and other stuff's going to happen if that happens.
Yeah, 100%. I think we just got to again, it's not a talent issue. It's just utilizing, this thing here and playing the game within the game. So I'm just excited to be back and help how I can, and definitely put some stuff on tape that we have in the past couple weeks.
How difficult was it for you, too, because, everything that happened last year, for you to miss all of last year, you were so excited about returning, and then you had to sit out again?
I did a year. It was a couple weeks, so it actually is contrary. So definitely, didn't like it, but, God's plan.
You seem to be getting antsy on social media now. Right?
Who, me?
On social media, we were saying, I'm good. Like you were like, you were just kind of trying to stay patient.
Oh yeah. I'm still working on myself a little bit in certain instances. But yeah, no, man. When it comes to my team and when it comes to helping something bigger than myself that I'm passionate about, it's just it. I'm just passionate about it and can't help but be that sometimes.
What do you see when you look at the Broncos offense?
I just remember playing them in 2023, and most of those guys are still out there, so I'm just excited to go play.
During the start of the season, you've had just getting away from the States, being out here for a few days, that helped take the pressure up a little bit.
Say it again, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Getting the start to the season that you've had, getting away from the States for a few days, so that helped take the pressure up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play with much pressure. I think I'm meant to be here. I think God put me here for a reason. So it's just more so just, again, making sure everything's in order that is in my control. And then, when I step foot on the field Sunday, it looks a certain way. So I'm just excited to step foot on the field on Sunday.
Did you get to do anything on Tuesday when you guys had the day off?
Nah. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. Like, we're like, some guys may go to dinner or something, but we're definitely utilizing this time to lock in and fix what we need to fix.
What have you done to prepare yourself for all the different fans? Because obviously it's not just one set of fans you're playing in front of your loads of different teams. So have you been told like what to expect?
No, I don't. I have no idea what to expect. But I was just talking out here for a little bit to another reporter, and I was just saying I'm super excited that the NFL is going global, and how you guys are accepting us, and how we're so willing to put on a good show for you guys, and I'm just excited about it because growing up, I played FIFA, so now hopefully there's some kids out there that grow up and play Madden, and then now we're over on their side of the ocean, and stuff gets to be a little more incorporated like that. So I'm just excited that things are moving in that direction, and I get to be a part of that.
Do you have a Premier League team or a soccer team that you follow?
Not really. Not really, but I don't play FIFA too much anymore. I think I have anger problems when it comes to certain video games. So I think, like I said, I'm working on myself, and part of that was knowing when to put certain games down. You know what I mean?
Well, don't be an Arsenal fan.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Breece, how do you feel like this week's gone? Coming off the way the season's been going and getting out here and things.
Yeah, it's the same week of preparation. Just try to continue to apply the coaching points onto the field and cut out mental mistakes, pre-snap mistakes and everything. Just keep playing.
You were pretty down after the game for obvious reasons. How long do you let stuff like that linger with you?
Try to just for a few hours and then move on. It is what it is. Like I was mad about it. Obviously, I don't want it to happen. I'm not trying to be out there and fumble the ball, but at the end of the day, the dude made a really good play. So it's not the end of the world. Life goes on, and just got to look forward to coming out this next week and playing ball.
How big of a challenge is this Broncos defense, please?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely took a step from my first 2 years in the league. Back to being one of the top defenses in the NFL. Really good players. On that side of the ball, you got Zach Allen. You got their two ends. I played Nick Benito in college for 3 years, so I know how good he is. And then you got Pat Surtain, who's one of the best in the league too. Good safeties they got. So they definitely present a lot of problems, but I think our offense can present problems for our defense as well. So we just got to come out and put our best foot forward.
You guys have moved the ball a lot early. I know there's been fumbles, but what's it going to take to get 7 instead of 3?
Yeah, like you said, like we move the ball. We move the ball as much as we want. It's just once we cross that 50, I even try to tell everybody in the huddle, just let's lock in, lock arms, and let's go get it in there. So at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything different that we have to do. I just think, we have to, be more considerate and as players and be smarter with, let me make sure my emotions right. Let me make sure I'm on the ball, off the ball. Let's have great ball security, whatever the case may be. Because the coaching points, our coaches are always preaching the right thing, and so it's up to the players to apply that on the field.
You made this trip last year. Breece, did you learn anything last year about coming?
About what?
Did you apply just anything, anything you're adjusting to being over here?
No, a game is a game at the end of the day. I think if you got to, re-lock in or get locked in for a game, then you don't need to be playing the sport. So I feel like for us, obviously we're enjoying being out here and everything, but at the end of the day, we have a game, we have a job to do on Sunday, so nothing too different, I guess.
Breece, just with the different turfs throughout the league, and obviously playing at Tottenham, do you have any preference playing on the artificial pitches or straight grass?
I think everybody in the league would rather play on grass, but, injuries happen on grass, turf, cement, styrofoam, whatever the case may be. Obviously, grass is a little safer or whatever, but, I even hurt myself on grass before, so it is what it is at the end of the day. I just think guys just want to put the ball down and play.
Breece, you're one of the star players of the franchise, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to be the salesperson for the franchise for people who haven't got a team who are coming on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So, why should people support the New York Jets?
Because we're a young and hungry franchise. I said this earlier, regardless of what's going on, the New York Jets are going to be the first team that's talked about every week on whatever sports platform it is. So I think with the young players we have, the new coach we have, and how hungry we are, that's the reason right there.
What has stood out to you about the offensive line feel like you guys are in good rhythm now, but you can get in even better rhythm right now? I think you're leading NFL individually in explosive plays.
Yeah, you know, it's a combo of them, you know, opening up huge holes for me and me just finishing the play. You know, like I said, they're making the play, I'm just finishing it. So I just think, you know, it will also help just with sustaining drives. You know, you can have an explosive, but if you're not sustaining the drive with the explosive, it doesn't matter. So I feel like, you know, I'm challenging myself to, you know, start making the explosive touchdowns, and then challenging the offense to, you know, if we get an explosive, let's sustain the drive and get points. So those are the two big things for us.
Rumors are building up about the possibility of you getting traded away. How do you experience that?
Yeah, this is like probably my 5th month dealing with this now. So at this point, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm here. I want to be here. I love being a New York Jet and everything, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't control what goes on. I only control what I do on the field and how I handle my business off the field. So, you know, for me, it's all about, you know, like I said, servicing my teammates and coaches the best way I can, and you know, letting God handle whatever else. You know, I'm every day I come out, you know, like I said, I'm servicing my teammates and coaches, glorifying God, and, you know, letting whatever happens after that.
Take up more.
In terms of the atmosphere of the London game, what would you say is some of the biggest differences between playing over here and playing in the US?
Since American football is like a little newer over here, everything, you know, you could definitely feel in the atmosphere. People are just waiting for like something small to happen to get excited. So like definitely, I think just the whole environment. You know, whenever you're in a new environment, getting something that you're excited for, you're just ready to, you know, explode and scream and yell. So I think that's the biggest thing, just hearing how, you know, crazy and loud and excited the fans are just for something to happen. When in the U.S. is like, you know, fans they ain't screaming until you make a 60-yard run, or like, you know, so it's I definitely say that's the big difference. But, you know, playing here last year, just seeing how, you know, excited the fans got over just a little of this stuff is like, it's crazy. That definitely is a good feeling for sure.
You've helped convert a lot of people to being an NFL fan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have we, because obviously you've been over here before,
Mm-hmm.
have we converted you to being a fan of soccer?
So it's crazy because growing up, more of my friends played soccer, and only a few of us played football. So just growing up with them, and like I used to be like, "Oh, soccer's whatever," and then growing up with them, that kind of helped me appreciate it. And now just traveling a lot and, you know, having a better view of the world, and, you know, I appreciate all sports a lot more. I'm a huge fan of just talent. So people who are good at stuff that I can't do, I appreciate that type of stuff that much more. So you know, this past summer I got to see Messi play in New York, and that was like a really cool experience. And, you know, all my friends that play soccer, like, bro, why are you going? You don't even like soccer, da-da-da-da. But I'm like, yeah, I know who Messi is. You know, I never gonna pass up a chance to see Messi play. So that was definitely a very cool experience. And I definitely appreciate, you know, the different type of atmosphere it is, and, you know, seeing those guys play live, and, you know, seeing, you know, how intricate it is, and how you could tell how much they put into it as well. So it definitely was cool.